Welcome back, guys, to another video. This time we're going to do a quick review on a Soundcore Spirit X2 wireless headset. You can find these for fairly cheap. Well, regular price is $100. Were dropped down to $79.99 recently, but I was lucky enough to get them for $25. But anyway, without further ado, let's hop right into this review and see what comes inside with the case. All right, guys, so I'm going to make this a pretty quick video. Got my little note sheet here that I had to make sure I get all my thoughts well put together. Though, like all my videos, none of them were scripted. Just got my little sheet together so I can tell you exactly what you need to know about this particular headset. So the first thing, we're going to talk about the design in a little bit, but the first thing we're going to talk about is the battery life. Now, this headset clocks in at a total of 36 hours. That's including the charging case. Now, that means the case can hold 27, and the headset itself, as you can see, will hold 9 hours on one charge. Now, it doesn't have anything like transparency mode or active noise cancellation, but it does actually have a volume feature where it more so adjusts to the sound that's around you when you're inside your headset. So it'll sound, so even if you're in a quiet room and you speak, let's say on a phone call or anything like that, or you're doing a recording, it will do the same thing in real time when you're outside, where you'll hear minimal noise, but the mic quality will sound better in the headset itself. And that's something that I actually tested during phone calls. And it's actually better than the average Soundcore headphones in phone quality, call quality that I'm used to talking to you guys about, like the Life Note E's or the Neos, which is what I normally use when it comes to like extreme bass, because I love the fit. These are actually actually, we'll talk about comfortability in a second. It does have two EQ settings, excuse me. Normal and bass boost. This does not have any type of app support whatsoever. So what you end up doing is you'll hold this button right here. Let me pull it up so you can actually see it. You'll hold this button right here. What it'll do is it'll change your EQ setting from bass boost or to normal. Now, bass boost does make a huge difference. And because these have the 12 millimeter drivers inside of them, similar to these which have two 6mm drivers inside, basically, you're going to get that quality of sound. You're going to get that clarity. It's going to sound super good. I can honestly say that it sounds a lot better than their normal $40, $50, $60 headsets. So just be aware of that. What else do we have here? The bass. Bass is actually, I'm sorry, not bass, the volume. The volume is actually pretty good. But what I will say is because of the fit of the headset, I did have an issue with wearing thicker glasses. Like, let me show you guys. I'm actually wearing Razor glasses. So if you look how thick that side is, this is a technicality. This won't happen to the average person, but just be aware that the fit can vary based on the type of glasses that you wear. It did feel like the earbud kind of stuck out of my ear a little bit, and I didn't get as much bass as I wanted initially. In addition to that, it actually comes with multiple tips right here. Now, if you take this off, it is possible to use this comfortably with this off, but you will feel that rubber plastic underneath, which might cause a little discomfort. But remember, this piece, this rubber tip right here is removable, and it comes with multiple of them inside the case, inside the box itself. And of course, the box comes with multiple tips, but these are my personal tips. These are white, and it will come with black ones, large, small, medium, things like that. But I always switch out my personal tips whenever I get something used, because there's no telling where a person's ears have been, because I did get this from a pawn shop for literally $25. So I kind of lucked out on the price. This does work in mono mode also, which means you could use the left earbud by itself or the right earbud by itself. So like I said, you'll get that 9 hours in the left or 9 hours in the right. So for you lefties out there that prefer earbuds in your left side, you shouldn't have any issues with that whatsoever. It'll work for you the same way any pair of AirPods or anything else will have. Now, these don't have in-ear detection, but what I will say is that when you connect them, it'll go do, 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 does a little Anker sound. And it'll let you know that it's connected. And I believe it'll let you know the battery life if it's high or not. And then it'll just go doo-doo, the little connection noise for those that are used to Anker buds. I know I'm all animated. And it'll let you know that it's connected. Now, IP68. Yes, these are IP68 for those that need splash or water resistance. Kind of the same thing. What I meant to say was water resistance or dust resistance. You shouldn't have any issues with that. Just make sure that you wipe the contacts down before putting them back inside the case. And you wipe the case down just to make sure there's anything wrong with that, because if there's dust or dirt on the contacts, that will affect how well it charges. In addition to that, when these pop inside of the case as they snap in, You shouldn't have any issues whatsoever. You'll be good to go. It's very snug. It's very simple. Even if they're stuck around inside the case, they should not disconnect. Some headphones, you put them inside the case, any slight movement will lift them up and it'll reconnect to your phone. That's one of the issues that I had with the Skull Candy. I forget what they're called, Ultra Push, Ultra XT or something like that. It was an issue where because the case was soft, if you squeeze the case, you can move the headset around on the inside. But this is sturdy, it's hard plastic, so you shouldn't have any problems with that whatsoever. It does also have a microphone mode where it actually isolates sound around you. So if you're talking outside, or if you're on a phone call, or if you're doing a recording, your voice is typically going to sound exactly the same regardless of background noise. It kind of drowns it out. So like I said, they don't have active noise cancellation or transparency mode, but it still does isolate noises around you, which is a really cool feature that I know a lot of people would like. Most of the regular Anker buds like these don't necessarily do that, but it's fine. It's different ears for different reasons, so, you know, be aware of that. This does have quick charge. 10 minutes will give you roughly about 90 minutes, or about an hour and a half of charge. Especially if you're going to the gym, you just want to pop them in a case and go running. You'll be perfectly fine with that. Now, this is the section where we talk about design. Now, the button back here actually allows you to see how charged the headset, the case of the headset is itself. In addition to that, it uses USB-C. You pop this open right here, you're good to go. Now, some people don't like this little flat. Personally, I love the flats because obviously it's for dust resistance and it just gets splashed. Now, it doesn't say anything about the case being an IP68. I know the headset itself is, but not necessarily the case. So please be aware of that. Like I said, always, I can't say this enough, make sure your headphone is clean before you put it back inside the case. Just for sanitation reasons, it's COVID time. There's no telling what's touching your headphones that you're putting back in your ear, so please do be safe. And if we're just talking about the design of the headset itself, I don't have a real reason to pull out the left one. But like I said, you have your volume up right here, which it does allow you to bring the volume up. If you hold the button, it will allow you to skip to the next track. If you hold the button down while you're playing music, let me see if I can get that clear. There we go. If you hold the button down while you're playing music right here with this little play pause button, it will actually, like I said, change it from bass boost to normal. If you're not listening to anything and you hold it, you will power off your headset. And a problem with that, and I'll let you guys know if you're having this problem, where if you put it back inside the case while you physically powered it off and didn't realize it, if you pull it back out of the case, your headset may not connect anymore. And that reason will be is because you need to hit the power button again to turn it back on. Then it'll start doing this auto connect on and off whenever you take it in and out of the case. So please do be aware of that. I know that sometimes, you might physically hold a button, turn it off, not understand what happened. There you go. Plus, these don't have any type of touch controls. Every control feature is from the headset itself, which is really cool. I'm glad that they didn't put it like on the top or anything, because since it sits in your ear a certain way, there's no pressure pressing these buttons whatsoever. And the good part with comfort is just like the Skull Candy, I think they were called XT Ultra Push that I did, where the rubber tip was, you could fold it any way you want to for maximum comfort. These actually feel extremely comfortable. It wasn't until about maybe after 4 hours I started feeling some type of ear fatigue, and that's a combination of listening to loud music in addition to just using them while wearing glasses, and let me throw this in here, wearing a face mask, like for COVID reasons. My job requires me to wear it. So with all those extra things wearing it, and I only felt fatigue after roughly about 3.5, 4 hours, that's not bad at all. Now, granted, I don't know anybody that wears these type of headphones for 9 hours straight, even though the battery life is really, really good. But if you're not wearing glasses, you don't have to wear a face mask, anything like that. It should give you better comfort. But remember, each ear is different. So just because something works for me doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you. So please be aware of that. So other than that, that's pretty much everything about the headset. Like I said, they do have good bass. It has the 12mm drivers inside. I like it. I kind of expected this to have wireless charging, but it doesn't because of how big this case is at the bottom. But you got to remember that when you compare this to, let's say, this is an older headset too. And if you compare the two cases, obviously this is going to be much smaller in terms of just oval shape, but every single case is this size, if not bigger, or if not thicker, because of the fact that you have two earbuds on each side. they're air hook headphones. So it takes a lot more space for them to actually sit inside of the case. Pretty cool headset. I like it. I think that you would like it too. Anker does an amazing job. Now remember, the price for these are normally $100, though I have been seeing them online and other outlets for about $79.99 new. Again, I was lucky enough to pay $25 for them. Of course, they may have a little cosmetic damage right here or there, a little nick here and there. But for the $25 that I paid for it, I'm not mad about that. Again, I have so many headphones, it's ridiculous. But, you know, I saw them, I said, let me put this on the channel for the people that still like over-the-ear headphones. Like, I'm starting to kind of dive more into these on the simple fact that it does a better job of holding the earbud in place rather than, you know, earbuds like these where you just have to kind of put it in and hope it fits. Though the difference between this one is, not to talk about this one, I did a video on this already, this has rubber on the outside too, so it's a pretty sealed fit. While these, on the other hand, are more so for running, jogging, everything. Not that these aren't, but with the ear hooks, it's mainly for activity. Though the phone calls, again, the call quality is okay. It's not the best call quality in the world. It's just, you know, true to the regular Anker call quality that you're used to hearing. So you shouldn't have any issues with that. If you've had the Spirit X2s or the Liberty Air Pros or the Liberty Air Pro 2s or just any Anker headset, you're going to know how the call quality is and that they do a very good job of isolating sounds, give you that HD calling. If your carrier supports HD calling, even better. It just, the clarity is just awesome. But that is pretty much the video. And this last part, I guess, you know, I'm gonna do one part of the video. I'm gonna show you guys how it looks in the ear, and then we're going to go ahead and close this video out. Okay, so this is how the headset is gonna look in the ear. See if I can give you a good look. There we go. Don't have the best camera angle, but this is how it's gonna look in the ear, where they comfortably sit on the outside. The earbud goes in here. So this part, this huge part right here, is not in any way, shape, or form sticking directly in your ear, causing ear fatigue. And the hook just naturally hooks over. Hopefully you guys can see that, because I can't see it right now. And that's pretty much it. So these aren't too evasive. Like I said, I have the mask hooked on my face, which means you got this back part of the mask with a little strap right here. I have these thick glasses on the side. In addition to that, I have the earbuds on. And the only time I felt fatigue was when I had all this connected at the same time. And, you know, over time, again, each person is different. You should never have headphones in for a half a day anyway. That's not really natural. And that's going to cause either swelling or pain behind your ear. Same with a COVID mask or anything that you wear. So to each their own. Like I said, someone else might be able to tolerate it differently because they have a different ear shape. So just be aware of what you're getting yourself into. And yeah, they're definitely worth the money. That's the last part of the video that I should have actually talked about. These are worth the money if we're talking about over-the-ear headphones, because they still give you that quality of music that I'm bold enough to say this, that Power Beats would give you with less than half the price, if that makes sense. So with that being said, if this is your type of design, I really haven't come across many headphones like this that are better than these. I'm sure there are tons of brands out there, but we're talking about commercial brands that are successful that you can find not only online, but also in store. So with that said, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.